Hello and welcome to I Love Warhammer, and this is the Warhammer News Roundup for the 19th of February 2024, covering 2 weeks worth of Warhammer community updates because last week I was on holiday and spending some time with family. So, don't know how much this is gonna really go. I don't know how much this is gonna be covering a lot of old ground. I'm gonna be late to the party on quite a bit of this stuff, but let's get our hype on. So this was the US announcing the US Open, which cool. They're interesting to read up about. I'm based in the UK and I don't get to travel that often, so yeah, I hope the people who can attend get to enjoy it. Yeah, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna be there. I'm longing for the day I get to say, and I'll see you at this event if if you come along. Um, but yeah, I'll be checking it out online afterwards. I love seeing these paint jobs afterwards. I think they're so beautiful. Um, just complete aspirational things to look at. But yeah, I won't be at this one. Maybe if one comes a bit closer to where I live, and I've got the time and the money, I'll come along. But yeah, I hope that people get to enjoy this because it looks really fun. Horus Heresy art book. I do think this is cool. I always love the official artwork, and um, I'm hoping this means we get Eldar Exodites soon because I love the idea of Eldari riding dinosaurs. Um, but to be quite honest, okay, here's the thing with art books, right? It's that if someone knows okay. Case in point. My other half, she is a huge fan of like, Studio Ghibli. She's a huge fan of like Legend of Zelda. Um, there's more stuff she's interested in, but those two are the big key examples. And when people don't really know what to get her for like a birthday or Christmas, they'll get like some bog standard art book. Um, and it's not just her. I've got a few other friends like this where people get them an art book when they don't really know what to buy them. And so when I saw they'd announced an art book, that was kind of my reaction of this is going to be the thing you buy for your friend who plays a Warhammer when you don't really know much about Warhammer. Um, stylish adornment for any coffee table. Um, to be honest, I've never had a book that was used as well. Before I started doing YouTube stuff, I never had a book that was used was used as a decoration. Now I have books stacked up behind me for when I use the webcam. But to be honest, it's really not an ideal way of having them because if I want to look through, say, the 9th edition Eldar Codex, that's that's the fourth one from the top. If I want to dig out my Realms of Chaos, the Lost and the Damned book, that's quite near the bottom of the stack, and it's a bit of a pain to try and get out. Um, I have my old 4th edition rules manual in the same stack that's actually above my 9th edition Tau Codex, right? So having your Warhammer books as display pieces is hugely inconvenient. But 40k art is always really cool, so I'm not gonna be too down on this. I think that it does look cool. I think it's just the principle of a decorative art book is just weird to me. Okay, Kroot Hounds, Kroot Hounds, Kroot Hounds. Love Kroot Hounds. I think they're really cool. So yeah, Kroot's been in kind of dire need of a range refresh for a while. I enjoy that these look a lot more in keeping with the Kroot carnivore aesthetic, with these kind of quills and they look a lot more dog-like than the old Crude Hounds. Like I said before, very early on in this channel's history, that the old Crude Hounds looked a bit like the parasites from Cloverfield. Um, and if you, and just to show what I mean, I'm going to open a new tab for this. So so these are the old Crude Hounds, and then Cloverfield. Let's get it. Yeah, so these are the parasites in Cloverfield, and these are the old Crude Hounds. So I always found them very analogous to each other. And so I really like the old ones because they very much remind me of, and I'm actually doing the rankings in my head now, of one of my top 5 kaiju movies. If you guys did want to see a Why I Love Warhammer top 5, top 10 or top 5 kaiju movies, let me know. I never thought I'd do genuinely kaiju content outside of an April Fool's, but yeah, you'd be interested to see that. I'm happy to either straight up do it or put it in another video. But anyway, yeah. So they don't look like Cloverfield parasites anymore, but these are still cool models, and I'm glad that the Crude auxiliaries are getting a bit of love. Still hoping for some Vespid resculpts because I want more Vespids. I think I wanted to be able to do an entirely Crude army. We were given that. Thank you. I would also like to be able to do an entirely Vespid army. We had the Vespid Stingwings. I think that's what they're called. And if that's not what they're called, that's how I've been reading it for many years. And I want more Vespids. I want more auxiliaries. So I mean, the Vespid models, they're the same ones that my old friend Jonathan got when we all played 4th edition Warhammer, right? It was they're a weird model, and we should get more. Tau are all about the auxiliaries in lore. They're this relentlessly expansionist empire that incorporate other races. And I saw this iceberg. It said that one of the layers was Kroot are biologically the same species as Tau. They're just like an evolutionary offshoot. And you can see why people think that, because at least at the moment, the Tau range consists of the Tau, the Kroot, and this one other sculpt. I'd love to see more auxiliaries. And if I could get if people could have an entirely Vespid army, awesome. If people could have armies of just a range of auxiliary units, that'd be amazing as well. So yeah, loving these Crude Hounds, but they have led me on this rambling diatribe, rambling tangent. That's the word about Tau auxiliaries and how they are brilliant and deserve more love. Okay, rumor engine. This is because I always say that the rumor engine stuff. It's so zoomed in. It's almost impossible in most situations to say what they're going to be. This could be a new Necron. This could be something Age of Sigmar. This could be Deathcore of Krieg. So this could be Warhammer the Old World. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say brand new game system, Mass Effect Warhammer. Right? It's that feels just as likely as anything else I could possibly guess, really. Like, it does look cool, but you just can't, with these rumor engines, you just can't do the zoom. The zoom just doesn't really work for it. Warhammer the Old World novel. Saying Warhammer the Old World still doesn't feel natural to me. It still feels like I should say Warhammer Fantasy. But yeah, I'm glad it's getting some more fiction support in the fiction. I really hope that's ongoing. Short story, but because I feel like it's such a good setting. It was tragic that it got killed off in the first place. As much as I do love Age of Sigmar, um, and to be honest, I was watching a video about the setting of the about the old world game, saying it's not going to be supported for much longer, and I really want them to be wrong, because I think it's a great setting, and I really want it to be given just full support for a long time. Uh, Organized play, Age of Sigmar. These look really cool. Um, I can't even figure out what they are. It's a measurement gauge. Um, yeah, looks cool. If I thought I was even halfway good at the game that I really love, I might even try it. But to be honest, it's always a bit tricky to get down to a shop for me. But yeah, this is a really cool pack, and these measurement gauges are cool. Store champion would be a fun trophy to be able to win, and yeah, congratulations in advance to any of the winners. Author interviews. I'm hoping that by the time this becomes available, I'll be able to place an order that will be, roughly in line. I think I got one of these free collections a couple of years ago. Didn't realize what was happening at the time. I'd ordered just, I think I'd ordered a couple of Necron models or something, and just came with, and I was just pleasantly surprised by it. And yeah, they were a good read. It was like it was a bit of 40k, bit of Sigma. It was a good time, and they were because they were short reads. It felt very digestible. Uh, I I remember seeing Black Library novels when I was younger being these massive tomes that felt so daunting to read. But these Black Library celebrations, they're nice in that they're short stories. They just kind of they're teasers into the writing. And yeah, really valuable to the hobby, I think. Okay, Blood Bowl. This was the day I put up my Why I Love Blood Bowl video. Um, so I got it incredibly wrong in my own mind. I was thinking, oh my god, they're doing Blood Bowl videos. This must mean we're getting more Blood Bowl support. This is amazing. I love Blood Bowl. I can't wait to see what they do with Blood Bowl. Forgetting entirely that the Sunday after was Super Bowl Sunday, and that this was a well-timed tie-in for that. It was a fun watch, and they had the two people who play most of the games on Warhammer TV as commentators, um, and then yeah, how to paint the bases. The base painting felt kind of like a lot of other base paintings tutorials, but it was neat to kind of have it in the context of it being the Blood Bowl arena. And it was a neck and neck game. I kind of started watching the video, trying to learn more about how Blood Bowl's played and get better at the game, see how it's played in the official videos. Ended up by about halfway through the video, I was just there going, "Go Greenskins! Go Greenskins!" So yeah, that was a fun time. Okay, next. I think I said another one of these. I really liked these kind of rules clarifications they were doing on as community articles, and it's just super happy to see another one. Really happy to see. Oh, this is kind of more in world though. But yeah, I think this is just it's a fun little series to do. It's neat that it ties in with these books, but yeah, I think it's just a fun article format. Okay, this was more stuff about convention stuff, cool cosplays, and yeah, just neat. And this is so cool. This is so cool. It's funny. So I've never gone to a Warhammer convention as much as I'd love to, but it's funny when you go to a Comic Con, you kind of have like three levels of cosplay. Um, and I tell you what, I'm going to ask if you've gotten this far in the video. First, thank you and congratulations, 15 minutes in. But if you've ever gone to a convention, do you find that cosplays tend to be in one of these three? So you've got one level, which are these beautiful, incredible cosplays, like these ones here, right? Like, yeah. Let's scroll back down to this Zinch one, right? Like, this is incredible. So you get cosplays at that level, at this level, at all the levels you've seen featured here. Then you get cosplays that are by like people who are just attending and doing a cosplay for fun. And they're not they're not great, but it's kind of clear this is what you are. You are dressed up, you are this, and I recognize that. Hope you enjoy the convention. And then you've got people who look like the second one but think they're the first one. I remember going to a Comic Con and someone had a cosplay on that was about as good as mine, saying, "Oh, I do more cosplay. Follow my Instagram." Oh, cool. Glad you're having fun. That's getting unnecessarily judgy in what should be a very positive video. Just going a bit of a cosplay ramble here, but yeah, these are all incredible. Everything you see here, so well done. I would happily just talk to any of these people about the hobby because just off the cosplays alone, I just want to hear more. I just want to listen to people who just talk about the when someone put a lot of effort into their cosplay. I love just hearing about it, what they did, who more about the lore. Because if you're dressing up as someone for a convention, chances are you know more about them than I do. So love to hear every moment of the process. Horus Heresy. I think I watched a few videos about the hammer here getting some flack, but I still think it's cool. I think hammers are cool weapons, and yeah, I think he looks neat. And he's got the iPad thing here. Yeah, I don't hate this. Like, I know this channel's supposed to be all positive all the time, but I do make it a point to never lie, and I do like this. This is neat. I don't think I can. I feel like if you came at me with, "Oh, but XYZ is objectively wrong," I'd say, "Yeah, but it's still neat." And that's all I'd have to say about any of it. Yeah, I like this model. It's cool. Next, Orc Book Club. It's nice to have book. I think the book club idea is cool. These Red Gobbo books are definitely on my to read list. I loved a Red Gobbo. I've got a couple of the Red Gobbo. One I ordered deliberately, the second I ordered by accident in my to paint pile that I'm hoping to delay the painting of as long as I can to make it as close to Christmas as possible while still being, painting it as part of my backlog. But yeah, I think the Red Gobbo is a really cool character. I love Bouncer. I love Squigs. I love Gobbos. Rock on the Red Gobbo trilogy. Yeah, definitely on my to read list. A few more Orc books. This guy got a model release just not so long ago. This model here. Yeah, it's nice to have. I like the idea of a book club, and it's good to have one like this where where they can just say, here are all of the Orc books. I don't know if this is all of the Orc books, but in theory, this is all of the Orc books. And if you wanted like a good, like if you're trying to get into reading about Black Library and you're going in order of like least to most numbers of novels, like Necrons, we've got 3: Infinite and the Divine, and the Twice Dead King duology. Infinite and the Divine, still my favourite piece of 40k fiction, and Twice Dead King, also really good. If you say Twice Dead King is your favourite 40k novel, more power to you. Good. It's a brilliant duology. But then Orcs, there are a few here, and then Space Marines, you're going to have to subdivide because we have the entire Horus Heresy novel series, right? But yeah, Orc Book Club. Next bit of the Dawnbringers series. This girl here looking phenomenal in that art. Love the model from that reveal. Beautiful sculpt. Really happy to see more support. I think one thing what I might do at some point is just go through and read all of these as like an audio book. The complete Dawnbringer Chronicles. That could be a fun one to put on the channel. Next. Painting guides, painting tutorials, and painting examples. Yeah, I think these are cool. Suppose I've only heard of Siege Studios from this list, but they're also like they've really got their search engine optimization up and running well. Like you type in Warhammer Commission painting, they're like in the top few results. They do interviews, they're everywhere. I feel like most big Warhammer YouTubers seem to have done some kind of collaboration with them. And so yeah, but it's nice to give other people exposure. These Notley Paints, Darcy Bono, and BM Paints. Sweet. Next. Okay, Saturday preview for what's just come out. From 2 weeks ago. Yeah, books and supplements. One novel, a Night Lord's book, Lord of the Night, and Black Climate Celebration, US Open, and then Sunday preview, which will be Saturday just gone's pre-order. The Space Marines from the 10th edition launch box, Kill Team, another Kill Team. What I'd like to know is this Kill Team actually, and I play Harlequins, but I'm not very good at distinguishing different types of weapons. I mean, God knows that the comments from my Wild of Imperial Knights have proven that to me, if nothing else ever did. That I'm not that good at differentiating weapon types. And it's like with my own Harlequins, I cannot tell. If you showed me all of the weapons from Harlequins and said which one of these is the Harlequin's kiss, I wouldn't know. I keep the instruction manual with my models so that I can reference them to have them full WYSIWYG. So I want to know, are all of the models here except this guy carrying the same gun? And is this guy's gun different? If so, how is it different? Is it a different name? And are all these chainswords the same chainsword? I genuinely want to know, because I think, it's a really cool kill team, but I just want to kind of know what the weapon options are like. More Legions Imperialis, so Auxilia support. Yeah, they're cool. I feel like I'd want to do a full episode on I want to do a full episode of Why I Love on Imperialis, just so that I can really get my teeth into it and really just get it. The Warhammer Plus videos. What's interesting is I don't actually remember if the Lore Masters video went up that week. These two definitely went up. The Dogs video was interesting. This was fun little mini game. It does feel like they've focused a lot on mini games of late. I'm gonna have to, like, when I'm done recording this video, I'm going back and checking if this video ever went up. Because I do like Lore Masters. Like, I love proper lore videos, and Lore Masters is kind of, just really lovely to have this fully official, fully endorsed set of lore videos. And yeah, I'm gonna have to check if this one went up. More Kroot models, more Kroot. I'm very happy about the more Kroot. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to end up revealing all of the Kroot models just before the Codex comes out, so there won't be more surprises. But I do think this is cool. I still think, it still feels like they're leading into a Native American aesthetic a little bit, with these axes, with this hair. I love this piece of meat on the other side of the axe. That's cool. lore dump video. Love seeing these army showcases. I'd love to have a backdrop like this. I feel like it would really add something, and yeah, it's really cool. Another rumor engine. Okay, I'm going to take this one a little bit seriously. This one looks kind of Zinchi to me. But to be honest, you can never tell. Let's actually load this up, right? And I feel like that I'm going to really. I want to just really show. Not Warhammer TV. I want to show exactly why I don't try and do too much by way of guessing when it comes to anything that we see in the rumor engine. I think it was in the Lumen, that's right. There's a model in the Age of Sigmar range that I'm convinced it's Grand Alliance Order. I'm gonna try it in Sylvaneth. Yeah, here we are. The Warsong Revenant, right? This is the Warsong Revenant. It's a cool model. Ethereal, forest-like. There was a rumor engine that was just this hatching bug. Just the hatching bug. I don't know how anyone could possibly guess the Warsong Revenant from that rumor engine. So yeah, like so I'll take this one semi-seriously and say it's Cinch, but I just don't see the rumor engines as, because they don't represent stuff very well. I feel like they don't build up hype the way I'd love them to build hype. Like what I'd love is if this said, yeah, we got this, and we were told, say, you know, faction and unit type, like Zinch battle line, or you know, demons, or yeah, because then if if it said, say, Fire Slayers HQ, Fire Slayers General, suddenly it's, oh, this is going to be part of the Fire Slayers range. What could that look like? That would be brilliant. I'd love it if they did that. Just a little bit more information to get us hyped. Because this image alone, I just don't feel like cuts it the way they might want it to. The drilling barrels debate. I never drill my barrels. I'm not good enough with a Dremel, and I don't feel like it adds enough immersion to my play to really justify it. Also, my primary armies are Necrons, which don't have bullets, then Harlequins, where it's all very mystical and you don't have like bullet holes, and Chaos Knights. Those are my three primary armies of like the 14 I have. But those ones, again, the way they're constructed, there's already a hole in the barrel. So I don't do it for the three primary armies I have, and for any other armies I play, they are, secondary, tertiary armies for me. So I've never even considered drilling the barrels properly. It's a debate. I've never really understood why. Back when I still had a Reddit account, I asked it to Reddit, and the answer was immersion. But it doesn't do it for me. I don't think I don't find it adds enough to the game for my personal immersion. But if you like doing it as part of your hobby, you think it adds something, more power to you. More power to you. How to have entire Titan battles in Legions Imperialis. I kind of want to be snarky and say I thought that was Adeptus Titanicus, but it's still neat to have it in the rule set so that you've got more choice. More player choice, better, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, obviously there'll be caveats of where more player choice doesn't could do something bad. But in general, more player choice is a good thing. So having a full Adeptus Titanicus army, play it in Legion Imperialis, good. Full tilt minigame, and yeah, it was interesting to watch. They kind of built some in the episode. They built lore around it, where one of them was called Romeo. Oh, this is just generally in the game. This is cool. This looks edgy as anything. I feel like if I'd want to do a full tilt game, I would definitely want. Like I keep saying, I've always said this since I found out about the model. Right. So just go to Google Images here. I would love to do an entire Bretonians army where they are all painted as they are the Green Knight. I love the kind of the lore and the mysticism around that. I think it's really interesting, and I'd love to say this is the Green Knight with his army of Green Knights. Like I wouldn't have to do any. There'd be no trying to make house rules. It would just be how I painted them, and that'd be a fun way to do a team like this. But yeah, this is cool. I think Bloodspatter like this. It's a really good way of putting. Okay, I'm not going to say this isn't my assessment of Max's painting. This is why I would do this paint scheme, and I'm terrible at painting heraldry. Blood splatters would be a bit easier for me, and it would have this really cool effect. Actually, what could be really awesome is to have a larger team of more than 3. Yeah, if you could have a team of 4 and make them the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, that would be incredible to me. Yeah, nice little board to have a full jousting match. I'd love them to do an instruction manual on building this stuff out of stuff you've got at home. Older White Dwarf magazines would do that type of thing. Like they don't sell this. There's no profit decrease to be had by giving us a tutorial for building this. And if Full Tilt were to be given, say, in just a little bit of support, like I'm talking basic. When I say a little bit of support, I mean have 2 pages, like one little page on the store, one little page on the community tab, just to say this is officially recognized as a game type, then I think it'd be just really fun and interesting to do and have. Okay, penultimate Dawn of Fire novel. I'd love to say I've been really enjoying the Dawn of Fire series. What I mean is I've been really enjoying watching the Wolflord Row videos where he talks about the Dawn of Fire series. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends from a second-hand source. Yeah, I'd love to read more Black Lowry novels, but I just don't get around to it. I've been trying to read. I've had the second Dune book on my to-read list for about a year now. I don't get to read as much as I'd like to, but I would love to. If I had the time and the ability, I'd love to go through reading all of these novels. Agony Aunt for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's neat to have this in-universe Agony Aunt for for Age of Sigmar. It's a nice tie-in. Meta Watch. To be honest, I think if I played tournaments, I would probably watch the Meta Watch videos incredibly intensely. I tend to have a quick scroll and check the FAQs, and to see what the win percentages are like, just rooting for Skaven. But yeah, it's just general support. Painting tips for Titans. So I have my paints in front of me on my desk, right? I've got 2, 4, 6. I'm counting them literally right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. I've got 32 paints in front of me. I might have let's call it 40 paints that I own. And I don't know how many of them are currently dried up and useless. So let's call it 40. And that's to cover all of the colours. For this colour scheme, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this one model takes about half the number of paints that I own. Got a lot of respect for the heavy metal team, and I feel like I feel like me personally, I don't have that many paints to work with. I've got to improvise with the paints that I own, and just hope that I don't go that at no point I think this really needs an orange, because if that something really needs an orange, I'm a bit stuck. My yellow dried up a couple of weeks ago. If something wants some purple, I've got a few shades of purple. But yeah, if I had one of those amazing walls of paints, yeah, there'd be a lot you could do with it. But for £4 a paint pot, it takes a lot to the paint collection has to be built up slowly. Another model, loyalist word bearer, is that what he is? Sorry, loyalist world eater. It's a cool color scheme. It's not what I thought loyalist world eaters looked like, but it's still a cool scheme. I mean, to be honest, if I tried painting this scheme, I think it would literally be 3 colors. I'd spray it black. I would, and then I'd add I would then add silver and brown for the leather. Like, I think that's the kind of the downside of simple schemes, is you need a lot of these really good techniques, all these recess shadings, the edge highlighting, to really make it pop and make it work as a full color scheme. If you're like me, where when I'm feeling arrogant about my painting skill, I say I am mediocre. But that type of painting just wouldn't work so well for this kind of color scheme. If you're not that good at painting like I am, as in I am not good at painting. If you're not that good at painting, then you need a slightly more vibrant color scheme just to disguise your lack of skill. So when you got a simple color scheme like this done well, it's a testament to the painting. I'm not going to speak to how he fits in the lore. I'm not going to speak to how he fits in on the tabletop. I can just say I think it's a cool model, and if you want it in your army, more power to you. I will add that I do like the idea of having an army of a legion that did turn traitor or did stay loyalist, but your specific group was the other one. Traitor Raven Guard, loyalist Thousand Sons, right? I think that's interesting. I think it's cool, so it's nice to see supported here. Middle Earth FAQ, they made this guy a bit more expensive. What's interesting though is they made him 200 points. So in the highest, tournament play for Lord of the Rings for Middle Earth is about 800 points. So this guy would be a full quarter of your army, which is very much like, so in terms of scale, because I know Middle Earth's not the most popular game, but in terms of scale, that makes this model about the same power proportionally as a Primarch is in a Horus Heresy game, about 25% of the list. That's how powerful this guy is in game, which is pretty impressive. I'd love to. I really wish the. I really wish the datasheet was freely available so I could show you what the point, what you get for those points. I do love the Lord of the Rings data sheets. I think they're really well done. But then, yeah, a couple of FAQs to just clarify a couple of rules. But yeah, it's nice to see Middle Earth getting support still. Middle Earth was my first game for Warhammer, and it's nice to see it continue. Like, I know it didn't really continue, there's a big gap in the middle, but the point is, it's going, and it is carrying on, and I enjoy that fact. The hottest weapons. I thought this was just a fun article, just a bit silly, and I love silliness. Flamethrower, ow. Warp flyer, ow, ow. Bioacid, oof. I don't know if oof is more painful than ow. Like, I'll say ow if I stub my toe. I'll say oof if for a near miss. Flame acid, ouch. This one, pyroblasters, ah. Yikes for the molten inferno. What's interesting, plasma guns, few. I'd view few as less than yikes, but okay. Soaring beam of light, rating, ah. Melter gun, blimey, which is the most English way to respond to being set on fire. And the Wailing Doom. Beautiful way to end the article. I read this article alone in the house, and I audibly laughed. That's how funny I found this the first time around. I will grant that my bar might be a bit low, but I did laugh out loud at that. And then, yeah, Hellfrost weapon. Brush up on heraldry for Titans. Yeah, just a neat little thing to show the canonical legions. My knights are not painted anything like this. Mine are all rainbowy. Not like an actual rainbow, just I paint them in. I have different colours to broadly represent each of the 4 Chaos Gods. They're all painted up like that. But it's nice to have the official in here. Okay, Saturday pre-orders. There's like this Sunday preview from before. Space Marines from Leviathan. Scout kill team. And this kill team where I have questions. Legion Imperialis book, support. Yeah, just neat. And then finally, Sunday preview. The Dark Angels are getting their codex. I'm so happy for the Dark Angels players getting to see this. Really cool art, really beautiful new models. This new Asmodai is phenomenal. I'm liking the Belial, and I enjoy these guys. I'd love to have a Deathwing army for the for the Dark Angels. I love Deathwing as a concept. I love the color scheme of them. Just glorious. Got Hammer Guy coming up. It comes up for pre-order as well. A few more books relating to the Dark Angels, including Cypher. I like Cypher. I've got just because I've got a model of him basically. End Times novel. Which is I'm not actually sure. I couldn't figure out if this is the entirety of the End Times or just a few of the books or a retelling. Couldn't really tell, but either way, it's cool. More Dark Angels. Caiaphas Cain's print on demand, and a couple of Warhammer Plus models. A couple of Warhammer Plus videos for the week. Lore Masters for the Krieg, and a masterclass. Spectral robes. Just I don't actually know how long the Spectral Robes one's going to take, because when they've done before Warhammer Plus, they did similar videos where they were like 5 minutes long to achieve a similar effect. So I'll be curious to see what they do to either if they just put out like a 5-minute video or if they have extra stuff in place to really bring it out and make it meaningfully different. And then, who doesn't love the Krieg? Krieg are awesome, and yeah, nice to see the lore of them. I think what's going to be nice is actually seeing a lore video for the Krieg that is entirely divorced from the memes. Because, again, I love Warhammer memes. I really do. But I also rationally know that Kriegsmen aren't just, yeah, they don't all use shovels, and they aren't as depressed and committed to use the YouTube phrasing, they aren't as committed to unaliving themselves as the memes would have you believe. So yeah, I think that this is. I'm looking forward to seeing a memeless Krieg video and a good painting masterclass. And yeah, some stuff about the new Demon Chaos Gate stuff. That would be neat as well. With that, thank you for tuning in for this double length, double feature Warhammer News Roundup. If you want to drop me a like, I'd really appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to the channel for more unbridled positivity, I'd really appreciate that too. And with that, I will see you next time, and I hope you're all having a really good day.